Welcome to Managing the Future, the MIS podcast. Today, we're really getting into something fundamental in management information systems, customer relationship management. You probably know it as CRM. This deep dive is really for you. Maybe you're a student at the Dr. Sam Pack College of Business, maybe thinking about your career, or just, curious about how businesses work today. Our mission here is to give you a really solid handle on how companies use technology to connect with, well, their customers, their most vital asset, really.
Absolutely. It's all about building and keeping those relationships strong.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to explore how companies use tech to get you, understand what you need, maybe even guess what you want next. It's fascinating stuff. And just so you know, all the insights we're sharing today, they come straight from the textbook Connect Master, Management Information Systems by Richard Tedmon and Casey Wilhelm, McGraw Hill 2024 edition.
It's a great resource.
It really is. So before we jump in deep, if you find this stuff useful for, your classes or your future job hunt, please do hit like, subscribe, follow us, maybe share it, comment. It helps us keep the conversation going.
Definitely helps.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Why are customers the absolute center of any business? Seems basic, but maybe it's worth stating.
It does seem obvious, doesn't it? But yeah, without people actually buying or using what you offer, well, there's no business. Simple as that.
No customers, no company.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter what you call them, clients, patrons, users, regulars. They're the reason you exist. They're the lifeblood. And today, oh man, the amount of data flooding in from everywhere, websites, apps, social media, even in-store visits, it's huge.
Yeah, overwhelming, I bet.
Totally. And that's where CRM systems come into play. They help businesses navigate all that information. It's not just like a fancy address book. It's about turning that data into real understanding, keeping customers happy, building those strong relationships. Tedmon and Wilhelm really emphasize how indispensable these systems are now.
Okay, so indispensable. It's not just managing contacts then. You mentioned relationships. How does it actually work inside a company? Like linking different departments.
That's a really key point. CRM isn't just for the sales team, It synchronizes marketing, sales, customer service, basically anyone who touches the customer journey.
Okay, so everyone's kind of seeing the same picture.
Pretty much. And the benefit, huge. For you, thinking about your career, imagine having real insights into customer satisfaction. That directly tells you if people are likely to stick around. Plus, it helps find and attract new customers more effectively, keeps current ones engaged, helps provide the service they actually need, and, ultimately it drives sales.
It's like the central hub for everything customer-related.
Exactly. Yeah. A single source of truth. Everyone's on the same page.
Okay, this is interesting, especially the attracting new customers part. I hear all the time how expensive that is. Like way more than keeping the ones you have.
Oh, it is. Significantly more costly. Some estimates say 5 to 25 times more, depending on the industry. It's a real challenge.
So how do CRMs help tackle that cost, that challenge?
Well, businesses use something often called lead generation, or maybe an acquisition funnel. Think of it like stages. The CRM isn't passive here. It actively helps run marketing campaigns to get that initial interest, maybe from an ad or a social media post.
Okay, getting their attention.
Right. Then the software tracks how these potential customers move through the funnel. Are they just browsing? Did they download something? Did they ask for a price? And this helps distinguish between different types of leads. You've got your marketing qualified leads, MQLs.
MQLs?
These are folks who are curious. Maybe they downloaded a white paper or signed up for your email list. Interested, but maybe not ready to pull out their wallet just yet.
Like window shopping online. Added to cart, but didn't buy.
Exactly like that. Showing interest, considering it. Then the CRM helps spot the sales qualified leads, the sequels.
Okay, sequels. What makes them different?
These are the ones showing clear signs they're ready to buy. Maybe they requested a demo, asked for a specific quote, or started a chat with sales. They've raised their hand, basically.
Okay. So the CRM helps pass them from marketing to sales at the right moment.
Precisely. So your sales team isn't wasting time on people who are just browsing. They focus on the ones who are, closer to making a decision. Much more efficient.
That makes total sense, especially if you're thinking about going into sales or marketing. But hang on, even before MQLs and sequels, how do you find these people in the first place? Got to understand the market, right?
Absolutely. That's step one. And CRM is crucial for something called market segmentation.
Segmentation. Breaking down the market.
Exactly. Dividing your potential customers into smaller groups based on things they have in common. Could be demographics, interests, needs, location, you name it. This lets you tailor your message, make it really relevant. And get this, Tedmon and Wilhelm cite data showing segmented campaigns can boost revenue by an average of 760%.
Whoa, 760%? That's huge.
It's massive. It shows the power of really understanding who you're talking to. It's not just sending generic emails. It's about tailoring the whole experience.
Mm-hmm.
And a good CRM tool for this needs solid data integration, good analytics, flexibility, and it needs to be able to grow with the business.
Okay, 760%. I'm stuck on that number. So you've got these segments. How do you actually target them? What does a CRM do there?
Right. So once you have segments, you define your target market. That's the specific group or groups you really think you can win over. The CRM's analytical tools help you figure out exactly who these people are, and just as importantly, how best to reach them. Is it Facebook ads, LinkedIn, email, maybe even traditional media?
So it helps you choose the right channels, too.
Yes. A good CRM can show you not just where your best customers live, but what they buy, how often, maybe even why they buy it. This lets you build a really detailed picture, an ideal customer profile.
Okay, so CRM knows who to target. Then, for those future sales pros listening, how do you actually find these specific people? That's prospecting.
There's prospecting. It's the active search, going out and finding potential customers who fit that ideal profile you built. It involves identifying them, figuring out the best way to approach them with marketing, and then, starting that conversation to convert them.
Sounds like the hard part.
Often, it is. It's frequently called the toughest stage in sales. That's why a lot of companies actually integrate specialized prospecting tools with their CRM. So things like ZoomInfo, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, tools like that.
So the CRM works together with other tools?
Yeah, they augment it, help the sales team find those specific contacts, those needles in the haystack, much faster.
Makes sense. So after prospecting, you've got a list of potential names. How do you make sure you're not chasing dead ends? How do you qualify them?
Great question. Qualifying is all about figuring out if pursuing this lead actually makes sense. Is it a good fit? Are they likely to buy? Is it worth your time and resources?
Because time is money in sales.
Absolutely. Wasting time on unqualified leads is expensive. Research clearly shows qualified leads lead to better closing rates, better ROI, just more efficient. Many CRMs let you customize your sales funnel to help with this. You can set criteria to separate the maybes, the general prospects, from the real opportunities, the ones who tick all the boxes.
Got it. So screen them carefully before investing too much effort.
Exactly. Avoid chasing leads that aren't going anywhere.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time on getting new customers, but keeping the ones you have is just as important, maybe more so, right?
Definitely. Retention is huge for long-term success, and CRM is key here too.
How does it help you understand your current customers better?
Well, organizations use their CRM to constantly keep tabs on what their existing customers need, what they want, their preferences, their expectations. It's an ongoing process. You do this through things like sending out surveys, monitoring social media mentions, looking at how they buy from you, their procurement methods, and using analytics to spot trends in their behavior.
So it's like continuous listening.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Keeping your finger on the pulse of your customer base.
And we interact with companies everywhere now. Email, social, website chat. How does CRM track all those different customer interactions?
Yeah, the number of touch points is huge. Customer interaction means all communication. Social media, DMs, emails, website forms, support calls, maybe even snail mail or in-person visits. A good CRM strategy aims to monitor all of these. The goal is consistency, treating each customer like an individual, not like they're talking to 5 different companies.
So the support person knows about the email I sent last week.
Ideally, yes. Leveraging automation where it makes sense, like for simple queries, but always aiming for personalized, informed communication based on their history. It makes the experience seamless for the customer.
Okay, so you're gathering all this info from interactions. What specific information are we talking about, and how does the CRM analyze it, turn it into something useful?
Good question. The CRM acts as the hub to collect and manage a ton of data, prospective, current, even past customers. Centralizing it helps you do things like pinpoint sales targets, document product issues for the support team, manage marketing campaigns effectively. The types of data, well, you've got identity data, who they are, quantitative data, purchase history, frequency, qualitative feedback from surveys, comments, descriptive data, demographics, interests, all sorts.
Wow, that's a lot of data points per person.
It can be. And then the analysis part, that's where CRM analytics come in.
What do the analytics actually do?
Several key things. We talked about customer segmentation, refining who your audience is. Then there's understanding customer value and profitability, figuring out who your best customers are. Also, personalization, using data to tailor marketing and offers. And finally, predictive modeling, using past behavior to forecast what customers might do next or what trends are emerging.
So it helps make smarter decisions based on actual evidence.
Exactly. Data-driven decisions.
Yeah.
Crucial skill for any business leader.
And all of this ultimately is about developing stronger relationships, right? How does the tech actually help build that connection?
The core idea is consolidating everything in one place. That makes it easy for anyone interacting with the customer to be informed. Imagine calling customer support. If the agent instantly sees your past purchases, previous issues, maybe even your preferences.
Yeah.
That's a much better experience, right?
Oh, definitely. Instead of explaining everything all over again.
Exactly. Research shows CRM significantly boosts customer service quality, and better service directly builds stronger relationships because customers feel heard and valued. It makes the whole interaction smoother, more personal.
Okay, let's talk about measuring success. There are specific metrics businesses use. What's this idea of share of customer?
Right. Share of customer, sometimes called share of wallet. This shifts the focus. Instead of just getting more customers, it's about getting more business from the customers you already have.
So getting them to spend more with you instead of competitors.
Precisely. If you have a high share of wallet, it means your current customers are choosing you more often, spending a larger chunk of their budget for that type of product or service with you. CRM data helps identify opportunities to increase that share, maybe by cross-selling, upselling, or just building loyalty so they don't even look elsewhere.
Interesting. Okay, what about customer equity? CE. Sounds important.
It is. Customer equity is more of a big picture long-term view. It's the total projected future lifetime revenue from all your customers, minus the costs of getting and keeping them.
So like the total value of your entire customer base over time.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way to put a value on those customer relationships themselves. Companies with high CE are often seen as healthier, more valuable businesses overall. Investors look at this.
Gotcha. And how does customer profitability, CP, fit in? Is it different?
Yes, CP is more immediate. It's the actual profit you make from a specific customer or a group over a set period like a quarter or a year.
So revenue minus costs for that specific customer.
Exactly. Revenue minus all the sales costs, service costs, marketing costs associated with them. CRM analytics are great at calculating this, identifying your most profitable customers. But here's the interesting part for students. It can also show you which customers are unprofitable.
Unprofitable. Like they cost more to serve than they spend.
It happens. Yeah. And knowing that might lead a company to, change how they serve that customer, or in some cases even decide not to sell to them anymore to protect overall profitability. It forces tough decisions sometimes.
Wow. Okay, and the last big metric, customer lifetime value, CLV.
CLV. This one's crucial for strategy. It's an estimate of the total amount of money a single customer is expected to spend with your company over their entire relationship with you, from first purchase to last.
A prediction of their total worth over time.
Right. And knowing that helps you decide critical things like how much should we realistically spend to acquire a new customer versus how much should we invest in keeping an existing one happy. It helps balance your marketing and retention budgets. Very strategic.
Okay, this all relies on collecting mountains of data, which inevitably brings up the risks. What are the big risks involved with storing all this customer data?
Yeah, the flip side. Data breaches are the huge one, obviously. The fallout can be massive fines, lawsuits, loss of customer trust. It can cripple a company.
So security is paramount.
Absolutely critical. Businesses have to prioritize strong server security, proper administration of the CRM itself, like who has access to what, and keeping the software constantly updated to patch any holes. It's an ongoing battle.
And are there specific laws and regulations we should know about, especially for students heading into business?
Oh, definitely. The legal landscape is pretty complex. In the U.S., there's a requirement to notify authorities usually within 72 hours of discovering a breach. Key laws include things like the Federal Trade Commission Act, Section 5, Grammley-Bliley for financial data, Fair Credit Reporting Act, and state laws like the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, are really influential.
And globally.
Globally, Europe's GDPR General Data Protection Regulation is the big one. It sets a very high standard for data privacy and often impacts how companies operate worldwide, even U.S. companies dealing with European customers. Compliance is non-negotiable.
Which leads to the ethics. What about selling customer data to third parties? We all click agree on those terms and conditions.
Yeah, the fine print nobody reads.
Yeah.
It's a huge ethical area.
Yeah.
Look, companies collect data for legitimate reasons, improving products, personalization. That's usually fine.
Yeah.
But many do sell or share that data with other companies for marketing, analytics, you name it. While it might be buried in the terms, The expectation from consumers now is really shifting towards more ethical use.
So the responsibility is on the company.
Absolutely. Privacy is hard for individuals to manage alone. Organizations need to be transparent about what data they collect, why they collect it, how they use it, who they share it with, and communicate that clearly. It's about building and maintaining trust. It's fundamental.
Beyond managing customers and risks, you mentioned analytics earlier. How do CRM market analytics help with innovation, like developing new products?
That's a really exciting application. Good CRM analytics don't just track sales. They improve the quality of the data you collect and how you process it. This rich data then becomes fuel for innovation. Say your CRM flags recurring complaints about a missing feature in support tickets, or lots of search queries for something you don't offer.
So it spots gaps or needs.
Exactly. That insight can directly guide the development of new products or services. It helps assess viability. Is there really a market? It helps define how to measure success, focus on user experience based on real feedback, and manage the whole development lifecycle. It takes some of the guesswork out of innovation, grounding it in what customers are actually saying and doing.
That was a really thorough look at CRM systems. We covered, a lot, from the why customers are key to acquiring them, nurturing them, those important metrics like CLV, and the critical risks and ethics of data.
We did cover a lot, but the core takeaway, understanding and nurturing those customer relationships, is just essential for any business today. And MIS, particularly CRM tools, give you the intelligence to do that effectively, making smart, data-driven decisions.
So for you listening, especially if you're heading into the business world, thinking about everything we discussed, CRM, data collection, personalization, privacy, what aspect of how companies use your information kind of concerns you the most? Or maybe what excites you most about the possibilities? Let us know.
Yeah, curious to hear your thoughts.
Thank you so much for joining us on Managing the Future, the MIS podcast. If this deep dive gave you some valuable insights, please do remember to like, subscribe, follow, share it with a friend or classmate, and drop a comment.
We appreciate the engagement.
We really do. Thanks again for listening.